Hello, and welcome back to Let's Play Hollow Knight. In the last episode we completed the Path of Pain, which as you can see does not even count towards our percentage. It's entirely optional, but I felt it was worth showing off. So there's not very much left to do in the outside world. But there are a few things, and in order to do the remaining things I need to change my charms again. We don't need that. We certainly don't need deep focus. And I would like to have these on. I'm going to put on Spore Shroom and... oh, let's just leave it. That's fine. So this is the spot where Cornitha was, in the Fungal Wastes. And after he leaves, I think it's also after the Three Dreamers, this funny mushroom appears. I have shown him off before, and we dream-nailed him. Worms pull bugs into their thrall, till ages pass and kingdoms fall. Caps and shells may fall to dust, but Mr. Mushroom readjusts. But at the time there wasn't anything else I could do with him, but now that I've brought the Spore Shroom charm, you can actually talk to him. It's nice that you were able to help your friend, so you're not hungry anymore. Yes, that was quite the appetite. I was impressed. Still, we all move on sooner or later. To greater things, perhaps. So much can be achieved in just a short time. Oh, excuse me. I don't know what all of that was about. He is very cryptic. Although, one thing is that the hungry thing, probably a reference to Team Cherry's earlier game, Hungry Knight. That is actually only the beginning of the Mr. Mushroom events, and I am going to show off this weird side quest now, if you can even call it a side quest. Very, very obscure little thing that they added to the game for people to discover. I think, so last episode we looked at the Path of Pain, and it was this completely unmarked secret wall, and I think the idea was that someone would find it and then spread knowledge of it on the internet, and this is a similar kind of thing. It's not the kind of thing that everyone would be able to completely solve for themselves, so I think they were expecting it to be a bit of a community effort, and that's fine. I'm going to be completely honest, I did not solve all of it myself either. We do get some nice money from the hoppers along the way. Great hoppers give more money per enemy, but they take so long to kill that they're not worth it. This is Oro's hut, of course, and much earlier we explored the caverns underneath it. I'm going back down there, but again, I'm going back down with the Spore Shroom equipped, which I did not have last time I was here. So this little crack that leads down to the Georock, the 420 single largest rock in the game. I showed that off. There is something else down here somewhere. You can only read this if you have Sporshroom. We speak the path of the Master Herald, who would signal an age's end. Spawn of self their minds unite, aside the source of acid blight, aglow in darkest winding depths, winds all howl above fossil stone steps. Monarch flies in airs set still, to roots domain and snail once shrill. Path of worm at new lands entered, their journey's end the kingdom ventured. So you have to follow these extremely cryptic clues to find the locations where Mr. Mushroom will appear. I don't have this written down and I won't be able to memorise all the clues, so I'm going to go through them now while we're here. Oh, I can't pull up the map while I have the clues on the screen, though. And I don't fully understand all the clues, though. I do know all the locations. So, Spawn of Self, I think that's just the first location you meet him, and that one isn't very cryptic or hard to find. So, aside the source of acid blight, aglow in darkest winding depths, winds all howl above fossil stone steps, monarch flies in airs set still to roots domain and snail once shrill, path of worm at new lands entered. Those are our clues. So, acid might make you think of the waterways and Isma's Grove, where we had to clear away the acid by hitting the lever to enter it. But because it's aside the source, it's not actually Isma's Grove that is the location, it's the funny little room with the 3 indentations next to it, the one that is on the way up from the hive. Oh dear. That Greytopper's gone. He must have died on the spikes while I was absent. I didn't know this one could actually get up there. Oh good, I did manage to get one of the primal aspids. Not doing the best job here, but that's fine. There we go. Not down there. That's the way to the hive hidden room. It's further along. it does help that when you're in the same room you can hear him. Shouldn't trust the eye they gave you. Rely on your own instincts. If you've got a keen nose, use it. And while you're hunting for secrets, beware those who are hunting you. Oh, excuse me. Okay, that's number 2. A glow in darkest winding depths was the next one. We actually want to go back down. So darkest winding depths might make you think of Deep Nest, but what was a glow in here? And it's such a large area as well. Might be difficult to find, even if you have the idea that Deep Nest is the place to look in. But I know where it is. Yeah, it doesn't matter which station you leave the tram at, you can call it from any of them. For a moment I couldn't remember how to interact with the silly button. We do need to take it twice. This is Ancient Basin. So this is the hot spring. Got to make our way up, which will be a bit slow, but it's a chance to make a little bit of money on the way. I don't know my way around that well, unfortunately. If I just go straight up, though, I'll get to the failed tramway, and I know my way from there at least. So there are these glowy mushrooms at several points. Oh, I had opened that. Nice. But there are so many of them spread out throughout Deep Nest. Ooh, there's a corpse creeper or whatever. It doesn't really narrow it down to a single location, as well as one would like. This is, I think, the arena where we saved Zote. Interesting, I don't think I've ever gone through it upwards like that before. So, failed tramway. I'll take the other exit this time. Carver hatches, by the way, are a very good way to farm money if you want to do that, but while I do need the money, I don't really want to stay in one place and farm. That would be boring to watch. There's more of those glowy mushrooms. And over here, near where we fought Galeon, there's quite an abundance of them. The body of a fallen warrior. And here's our friend. The dead can't make use of wealth in any case. What would they spend it on? Yes, a big brood like that. They need food and shelter and toys. If you keep some for yourself, well, I think you deserve it, yes. More cryptic musings about nothing in particular. Now we have to get out of this place. I may as well just Dreamgate. Not that Godhome is exactly where I want to be right now either, but... So that's 3. The next clue was... Winds all howl above Fossilstone steps. Something like that. I'm not sure I have the words exactly right. Howling Winds should of course suggest the Howling Cliffs, and that is the correct location, although I'm not entirely sure what the Fossilstone steps are meant to be, if that is meant to narrow it down to a location within the cliffs. When we go there I can take a look and see if I can work it out. I was about to say Howling Cliffs is also not a location that's easy to get to, but that's not true. You can get there from the Stag Nest. Sure our friend will be happy to be left here for a while among these old memories. I mean, I guess you could describe this background as fossil stone. It does seem to be made of fossils, but again, that would describe the whole of the Howling Cliffs area. That doesn't seem to me to narrow it down much. The place we want is in here, the hut of Nailmaster Mato. What was called a hero in its moment may be called something very different after time has passed. The crimes and triumphs of our predecessors echo all around us, don't they? The chains of fate that bind us all together, do you really want to break them? Well, if you're referring to the Hollow Knight's chains, I already did that. And the Nailmasters do comment on each other's nail arts when you have learnt them. That's also a nice touch. That nail art, the dash slash. Learnt from my brother Oro, was it not? So he is still alive, then. I still haven't forgotten what he owes me, and I never will. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't bother you with such things. I'm happy that you were able to train under another Nailmaster and grow stronger, my pupil. That's his side of the story between him and... sorry. That's his side of the story of the quarrel between him and Oro. Let's see if I can do the pogo up to Stag Nest. So it's going to be quite a bit more difficult because I've got the second highest nail, so I kill him in one hit. That and things like that are reason why in the randomizer you tend to want to keep your nail to low damage, so that enemy pogos are easier, because in the randomizer you may have to get places with less movement than normal. Monarch flies in air set still is the next clue, and it's a pretty easy one. There have been several monarchs in the game, but the only time the word monarch was used was in reference to the monarch wings. We want to go to Hidden Station. And the air set still, of course, refers to the fact that when we took the monarch wings, there was a wind blowing through that cavern that was stilled when we took them, and I can't remember whether or not I already talked about this, but if you get the wings, that's one possible trigger for the infected crossroads. It happens either when you get the wings or when you kill one of the 3 dreamers. Whoops! This area is the only place to encounter the Morlocks, these large guys. So I have the shortcut open, but I figured may as well just go through the gauntlet. To get the geo from them. Yeah, I think you can just... No, didn't pull it off. I'm trying to this shriek him to death and it's not working. Doing it from the side was a nice idea. Just enough for the Hunter's Journal entry. Not that I care about that. Well, if things are getting too dangerous down there, maybe it's time to take a break. Come back up and spend some time hunting, or gathering, or wandering aimlessly. No, not too much longer now. Oh, excuse me. Right, I forget the next line. It's something about a snail most shrill, anyway. And the snails that we've met in this game have been the snail shaman and their relatives. So everyone that we learnt spells from. I forget whether the clue narrows it down more specifically than that, but for the next one we want to go back to the Queen's Gardens where we learned the Howling Wraiths spell. station is this, hidden all the way at the bottom of the world? Until I heard the bell calling, I didn't even know the stagways travelled so deep. You've discovered something quite astounding, little one. No matter how old I grow, the world still keeps surprises like this stowed away. Yeah, he has comments like that for most of the stag stations. I forget which ones I've shown off and which I haven't. It doesn't matter. Also, it's always kind of bothered me a bit that Queen's Gardens is so high in the list of stag stations, even though it's a very late game area. Where are we going? Right, I don't have the compass on anymore, although I know where the stag station is, so... I want to go down and across, okay. Is it here? I haven't seen her, no. I'm sure you'll remember where you left her eventually. Trust the moon, or yourself, or trust her. You need to trust something, that's my point. No, not him, no. Absolutely not. One of the most cryptic pronouncements. I have no idea who the people he was referring to are. There's only one left. And we are nowhere near the goal of 4,000 Geo. I just had a little bit of hope. I hadn't calculated beforehand how much we'd get or anything. I'd had a tiny bit of hope that doing this quest on its own would be enough to get to the target. No such luck. So I'm just going to wander back to the tablet and reread the last clue. Oops. Let's just pretend I don't remember the clues that well and I have to come back here after each one. I was just thinking whether I should enter the chambers under here through the other entrance, but no, we'll go down this way. So, we've solved that one, solved these. To Root's domain. So, again, this is just so cryptic. I don't know how you're meant to know this without going on the internet and reading up the lore of the game. But the root, when it's capitalised like that, refers to the White Lady. So that's why it's the spell location that's in Queen's Gardens, not any of the others. Path of Worm at New Lands Entered. So, just like the root refers to the Queen, the worm refers to the King. That one is mentioned in the game, Bardoon told us. And Path of Worm is King's Pass, where we started, which that's what New Lands Entered hints at. So, we've got to go all the way back to the start of the game.
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately, this episode has gone on quite a long time and not much has happened. When I post this one, I'll probably put a note in the video description saying that a lot of it can be skipped, or the entire thing. But I didn't really know how long it was going to take when I started out. So what I think I'll do is, in between episodes, I'll do the last bit of grinding I need to get up to 4,000 Geo for the nail upgrade, and do that at the start of the next episode. Or just do it now? I don't know. I'm close. And it does help that the little hoppers respawn. It's better to just, or faster to just do it from this room rather than... rather than going all the way along the path. I only got 2 of them that time. Yeah, this is not going to take long. I'm just going to do it, and anyone who wants to skip this part of the video is absolutely welcome to do that. $3,000. Got an essence as well. This is also one of the places you can go if you want to farm essence, for whatever crazy reason you would want to do that. Okay, 3,500, almost there. Oh, this is nice. Oh! Or it would be if I'd killed all three of them. There we go. Managed to hit 3999 exactly. So I would Dreamgate out and go directly to the Nailsmith from here, but since I'm at 3999, I want to take off Gathering Swarm so that I can kill something to get to 4,000 exactly. I just don't know if there is anything in the game that drops exactly 1 geo. And I especially don't know what the figures are when you have greed. So we'll take both those off. See if we can get one more geo. Did I not pick that up? I think I should end the video here and put the Nailsmith in the next one so that it's even easier to say to people, just skip this video, there's nothing in it worth seeing. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.